The office of the Public Protector was enshrined in the Constitution to fulfill a number of vital purposes, which I'd like to allude to in a while. This office has played a vital part and role in the revolutionary act of fundamentally changing the relationship between the citizens of our country and the state. As a country, we aspire to be a society where government and national institutions treat citizens justly, with compassion, and always fair in their affairs. In reflecting on our Constitution, the late Chief Justice Ismail Mohammed wrote, "All constitutions seek to articulate with different degrees of intensity and detail the shared aspirations of a nation, the values which bind its people and which discipline its government and its national institutions, and the moral and ethical direction which the nation has identified for its future," close quotes. Yet in pursuit of that future, in pursuit of those shared aspirations, we know that failings can occur. Power can be misused and power can be abused. Public institutions and public officials can neglect the needs of those that they are meant to serve. When they do, they have to be held accountable. The deficiency needs to be remedied. That is why we need the guardians. We need those institutions that will safeguard the vision of a South Africa that is equal, that is united, that's democratic, that is prosperous and free. We need those institutions that ensure that the exercise of state power is restrained by law and rooted in accountability. When the Chapter 9 institutions came into being, the drafters of our Constitution were clear in their intent and formulation. They were clear that those institutions would be given substantial powers and a great responsibility to support and to strengthen constitutional democracy. They would be given a mandate to operate without fear, favor, or prejudice. The office of the Public Protector was envisaged as and remains the moral mirror of the state. And this office of the Public Protector is that guardian of the public interest. It is also a shield, not only a mirror, but a shield for the citizens of our country against state excess, and a key mechanism for ensuring that the government serves the people, not the other way around. Its effectiveness is often a key indicator of the health of a nation's democracy. Now, I'm the Public Protector whom I'm privileged to sit next to, by the way. I just asked her whether we were the oldest Public Protector on the continent, and she said yes. So the Public Protector's office on our continent is an outlier. Our Public Protector is responsible for setting a standard for governance, but also a standard for service delivery. That is the right of every South African man, woman, and child. Over the past 30 years, This office has been the pride of our constitutional order. This is so because the public protector has fulfilled many roles, but I want to single out 5 of its most important roles. Firstly, it is the real cornerstone role of the public protector to uphold accountability and the rule of law. The executive, as in the president, ministers, government departments and officials, wield significant power. The public protector provides a crucial check of this power, ensuring that it is exercised legally, fairly, and without corruption. The other role of the public protector is to investigate actions or decisions by government bodies that are unlawful, unreasonable, unfair, and otherwise improper. This could include, for instance, delays and bias and negligence or not following proper procedures. Secondly, the public protector strengthens democracy and good governance. A healthy democracy requires more than just elections. It requires ongoing oversight. Our courts, yes, do provide this, but the public protector is almost at what our mayor was saying, at the rock face of ensuring that that oversight role is exercised for reasons that I will allude to in a while as well. The PP, as we call that office, promotes ethical conduct by exposing corruption, nepotism, and unethical behavior. Through this, the PP helps to foster a culture of integrity also within the public service. Consequently, this office, through investigations, makes recommendations for changes, thus making government more transparent and more responsive to the public's needs. Thirdly, the public protector must and does protect the human rights of the citizens of our country. Many complaints brought to the PP involve the violation of socio-economic rights. When a citizen is denied, for instance, a social grant, when their housing application is unfairly rejected, or they receive poor service from a state-owned enterprise, they may not have the resources to sue the government, but the public protector provides a free and accessible avenue for our citizens to seek redress. This office ensures that all citizens, therefore, should be treated fairly and equitably by the state machinery. Fourthly, the role of the PP gives a voice to the voiceless. It gives strength to the defenseless. As a free service, the PP is accessible to the poorest and most vulnerable members of society who would otherwise have no recourse against a powerful state institution. Now, when citizens see that there is an independent body that can hold the government and the powerful to account, it helps to restore and to maintain public trust in democratic institutions, which is essential for social stability and to promote democracy in our country. And fifthly, the PP acts as an agent of social justice. This office often tackles issues that have a broad impact on society. It investigates systemic issues while it handles individual complaints. Its work often uncovers widespread problems affecting many people. And the PP in her speech referred to the work that she did, or the office did, in a municipality in the Eastern Cape called Enoch Mukijima, which she spoke about. Now, what she found there is almost representative of what is happening in many of our municipalities and towns and cities. So this important role of the PP's office is so crucial because it looks at systemic issues of a great problem to the people of our country. The public protector's reports can lead to policy changes that benefit the entire population. So the PP's office holds the powerful to account. The office has the authority to investigate the highest levels of government, including presidents, ministers, senior officials, demonstrating that no one is immune from scrutiny. And this is so patently so. I once went to one of the provinces of our country and was seen handing over a house to somebody who is an indigent. Somebody complained and said the president was using his party political platform to hand over a government-built house to somebody to win votes. And correctly so, the PP investigated that and asked the president questions. And this is the true meaning of our democracy, that even the powerful can be subjected to the work of the PP. And this is something that, as South Africans, we must be proud of. We must be proud of the work that the PP does in our democracy. Now, this roles remind and should remind us that our Constitution only has worth if the rights of the weakest and most vulnerable are defended as much as those of the strong. So the PP's work often takes place far from much of the real work, often takes place far from the glare of the cameras, into systems that are failing, for instance, victims of gender-based violence, into the bureaucratic failures that are holding back our people's chances of leading lives of dignity. And the office commands great influence. And that great influence is the public's trust. All over the world, trust in government is diminishing. Trust in politicians is evaporating. But in our country, we should be proud that trust in the office of the public protector continues to rise. And we applaud the work that the public protector does. And thank you very much for keeping this work going. So in the end, the public protector stands with the people, and for this, the people trust this office. The PP is seen as impartial and independent. There was a case which was called State versus Glenister. The Constitutional Court held that public confidence in mechanisms that are designed to secure independence is indispensable. If government creates an institution that does not appear from a reasonable person's point of view to be independent, it will have failed to meet a critical benchmark. That is why we all carry a responsibility to both safeguard the independence of the Office of the Public Protector and affirm the binding nature of its remedial action. We know that as much as the influence of the Office of the Public Protector lies in the faith that it inspires in our people. And as the PP herself was saying, the issue of budgets does matter to that office because it is an office that needs to be capacitated. It needs to be given the wherewithal to do its work. As we were coming in, the Public Protector introduced me to her staff, and my reaction was she has more people in her staff than I have in the presidency. And I'm happy about that. I even said, you probably get more money from the fiscus than the presidency does. In fact, I want you to get more money from the fiscus than the presidency does because you do important work. The Office of the PP, like most public bodies, does face challenges of capacity and resources. The institution needs both capacity as well as resources to keep people's faith in it alive. We have been able to direct additional funds to the baseline of the budget of the Public Protector and to use funds from the Criminal Asset Recovery Account. Now, these are monies that we are recovering from those who steal money from the public. And as the asset forfeiture unit, which is very, very effective, goes around and repossesses expensive cars, expensive houses, and when those are sold, we put the money in an account, in a recovery account, and part of that money we will give to the PP to do its work. Now, this is part of our commitment to ensure that the institution is independent and that it has the capacity and capability to deal with challenges of corruption in our country. Now, over 30 years, the office has forged a bond with the citizens of our country. At the same time, it has forged relationships with institutions across the arms of the state and throughout society. It has also sought to promote cooperation and collaboration, understanding that an efficient, effective, and ethical state is an aspiration that we all share, and it's also a responsibility that we all have to carry. It is essential for all organs of state to see the Public Protector as a partner in serving the people of this country. It is true that all organs of state and all public officials must abide by and enforce the PP's remedial actions, but they must do more. They must support the office of the PP, Public Protector, in its work and must create awareness about its role. The Public Protector has also built strong relations and shares best practice with its counterparts in other parts of our continent and indeed across the world. It is a matter of great pride that the OR Tambo minimum standards for effective ombudsman institutions were adopted here in South Africa, and that these standards prioritize the independence and autonomy of such institutions. The office has been working tirelessly for the past 30 years towards a future where no citizen would need to ever knock on its door needing help. So this office does not seek power or influence. It seeks change. It seeks a better government, better laws, better regulations, and a better society. That's what the public protector stands for in our democracy. And now, as we mark this great milestone of 30 years of existence, we must extend our thanks to all public protectors and deputy public protectors who have served our democratic nation. We thank especially the staff of the Office of the Public Protector for their resilience and integrity even during difficult times. And as the Office of the PP enters the next era, the next 30 years, in its remarkable existence, I would say on behalf of all South Africans, we wish the Public Protector's Office well, and the Public Protector herself. She serves 7 years in her tenure, in her role, and it's not renewable. And after 7 years, she must pack up and go somewhere. I don't know where she will go, but that also is a demonstration of the independent role that that office plays, because it does not carry any favor for renewal, for extension. The president can be renewed twice, but the public protector, just once cut and it's finished. So we applaud the role that is played by public protector. So we wish the office well, and we wish the public protector well as well. But more importantly, we wish that office and the PP herself and the staff strength. And we assure all those who work within it of our abiding support and appreciation. Let me end by expressing my really deep appreciation, PP, for organizing this conference and for bringing together not only former public protectors, but a galaxy of public protectors, as we call them here, and they introduced themselves to me as I met them from all over the continent. They call themselves ombudsmen, but I also saw women. I don't know why we continue to call them ombudsmen. They should be ombudspersons, or better still, when you go back to your countries, maybe copy from what we did and call them public protectors, because that office role is to protect the public. Now, when you say ombuds, I mean, it's a nice English term, very, very colonial. It's better to say the protector of the people. Now, thank you very much from those who have come from far and afield, from various countries on our continent, and indeed from the Commonwealth as well. We welcome you, and we thank you for being here. In many ways, you have really lifted the image of this conference and also the image of our public protector. And PP, as you correctly said, you've crafted a resolution which you would like us to have adopted at the African Union to enhance the role, the standing, and the work of public protectors on our continent. We shall do so. We shall take that resolution and go and advocate it at our continent's level. The role that our PP continues to play internationally, not only on our continent, is highly appreciated. So when I was coming in, she said to me, many ombuds people on the continent, when they see that and hears that she's the public protector of South Africa, when they look at her, you could see as she was standing there, She's small, petite, and they said, "You are the public protector," and they don't believe it until she speaks. And she said earlier that the other issue is who is going to protect the protectors. I said to her, "You don't need any protection." Listening to the way she was talking and the way she talks to other public protectors on the continent, Advocate Galeka does not need any protection. They say dynamite comes in small packages. She is dynamite. Thank you very much.